Doge volunteer. This made my jaw drop. This is a suggestion via Discord. Let's jump into it. Let's see where this takes us, guys.
Meanwhile, Elon Musk and the DOGE team tackling fraud in Social Security, vowing to end schemes that are draining taxpayer dollars.
Okay.
As the saying goes, the wheels of justice turn slowly but surely. And I think probably the person that stole 400,000 Social Security numbers, at least, maybe more, will be arrested hopefully this week.
400,000. You see 270,000 people, goes all the way to 2.1 million in 24. These are non-citizens that are getting Social Security numbers.
Non-citizens?
Yeah, this is a mind-blowing chart.
We went there to find fraud, and we found this by accident.
Oh, guys, a couple of months ago, you guys sent me a video talking about like how there are people in Manhattan basically selling Social Security numbers on the street. I'm guessing someone is handing them to those guys, right? And they're selling them, getting a cut off of that. It definitely looks like someone on the upper end is basically getting their palms greased, guys.
Charts.
We went there to find fraud, and we found this by accident.
All right, Valor CEO and DOGE volunteer Antonio Grafcias, the guy you just saw, was just with Musk in Wisconsin over the weekend. He joins us from the North Lawn. Antonio, good morning to you.
Good morning, Steve.
That's a jaw-dropping number. Where did all those people come from?
Well, it made my jaw drop too when I saw it. You know, we were in Social Security looking for fraud, waste, and abuse, and to do that, we actually looked at the enumeration system, the system by which people get numbers in America, and we found that there were just about 5+ million of them that came into the country as illegals, were giving various forms of parole or allowed in the country, and they got through an automatic system, Social Security numbers. So they get into our benefit systems. And we tracked that through and found that they were on the benefit programs. And just because we were curious, we then looked to see if they were on the voter rolls. And we found in a handful of cooperative states that there were thousands of them on the voter rolls and that many of them had voted.
That's crazy.
I'm sorry?
Because you cannot vote in a federal election, but I think in certain local elections,
like local elections,
you know, once you get a Social Security number, that helps you do a lot of stuff. I know, Antonio, part of this started with a program from, I think, 2017 that got started, where if people came into the country and they were authorized to work, they would automatically give them a number. But, you know, Elon was talking a little bit about how 400,000 Social Security numbers were stolen. It was one person. What can you tell us about that?
You know, that's an ongoing investigation, so I don't know how much I can tell you, but we did find as we looked through the program.
Is one singular person?
A particular employee that had actually sent themselves Social Security numbers through their email for reasons we don't understand, but clearly nefarious.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, it does sound like it. So let me ask you this, Antonio. Have you figured out, you saw these millions of people, non-citizens, on the Social Security rolls. Did they get benefits?
That's what he just said.
Yes, we actually tracked them through the benefit programs. We found them in virtually all the benefit programs.
All of them?
One statistic for you is we found 1.3 million of them on Medicare.
Wow.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen to those people?
Look, we referred people that were registered to vote, which is a federal crime, and people that voted to ICE, to DHS, and to the DOJ. They've committed to prosecute. And I think it's super important to point out here that none of this would have happened without President Trump. I mean, President Trump had the courage to allow us to go across databases. He signed an executive order. It's never been done before, where agencies could talk to each other and databases could talk to each other. That allowed us to connect all this data to find these people across the system.
Guys, I think we're now starting to realize why they seriously did not want Elon Musk into any of his databases, guys, because they knew like almost 100% that he was going to find people having Social Security numbers that absolutely did not. They were not supposed to have them in the first place, guys. That's the vibe I'm getting.
Across the system, across the benefit system, all the way to the voting records.
Yeah.
It really took a lot of courage.
Hey, Antonio, you know, you're a big shot business guy. You know what you're doing in your business. When you went in, I can't think of the last time somebody essentially audited the Social Security Administration, aside from the federal government. But, you know, they've got all these kind of antiquated, crazy rules. Like, I know you uncovered millions of people over the age of 120 and just recently kicked them off the rolls, right?
Yes, that's correct. We did an audit of the entire system, enumeration system for Social Security. And look, the reality is the people in the government know this. There are many, very good people that are helping us. We couldn't have found this stuff without them. We need them to point us in the right direction, and then we looked at the data. So, if you ask people the right questions, they will give you the answers, and they want to help.
Yeah. Antonio, excellent question for you. Given all of the abuses you've already found and these people who are getting federal benefits who should not, do you have a price tag on how much you guys are saving the American taxpayer just from Social Security?
Medicaid.
I mean, look, it's in the billions. You saw the fraud on the phone lines itself. That was about $1.5 billion. And I would guess at Social Security already we're north of 10 billion.
Okay. Well, the meter's...
All right, guys. Oh my God. 400,000 stolen by an employee? I think we know kind of, who's doing it now, at least, right? They're saying an ongoing investigation. I definitely hope that that person that has done that to the American people is definitely found immediately, right? And everything in the world tells me that this person is most likely going to be politically interesting, let's say. Because guys, listen, this is not acceptable. You know how long we've been told, like kind of as a society here, that the people that are in here, for, let's say, illicit purposes, or if they're here for asylum, there's a big difference here. Okay. If you are here for asylum and you actually qualify for asylum, I'm not someone who has any issue with someone qualifying for asylum or them being a refugee. Please, if we can help in that small manner, I do not mind. But I do mind if you then get a Social Security number immediately because of it. I think that you should go through the waiting process like everyone else is. Everyone else does, at least, or should. But the ones who are actually here for like the purpose of like asylum fraud, or they're here for fraudulent asylum claims, and then they go and buy someone's Social Security number, that sounds like that could be it. But with the sheer amount of numbers, nah, bro, they're giving socials out. That's what they're doing. They're just giving them out to people. That's what it sounds like. It sounds like, hey, listen, you're here. If you recall, actually, the mayor of Colorado said that all he wanted was people to have like work visas and things like that. And I'm pretty sure there's something that comes with that, like a Social Security card that says like for work or something like that on it. So hopefully we're not conflating issues here. If it is an actual full-blown Social Security card that doesn't specifically denote that it is a work Social Security number, then that's absolutely frightening. And also at the same time, when people do immigrate into the United States of America, they generally, and specifically if they're being sponsored, let's say, they generally cannot, under any circumstance, access any of the government programs. That's just kind of how that works, guys. That's just like the thing. You can't take any government assistance right, until you become a citizen. So how is it that there are people that are doing this? Right? I mean, there are a lot of questions. Hopefully they're going to be answered at some time here, but this is absolutely wild. And again, I definitely hope that we're not conflating like the work Social Security card and the actual Social Security card. All right. Those are different things. But either way, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. I'll catch you guys later.